it's looking like it could be a pretty good year. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most anticipated games of 2018. For more gaming videos, check out our new spin-off channel, Mojo Plays, for in-depth reviews, thoughtful video essays, detailed character origins, and insightful commentary. Mojo Plays, games smarter. For this list, we'll be looking at the most hotly anticipated video games to be released in 2018. Only games with a confirmed 2018 release window will be included. So, games like Metroid Prime 4 and Cyberpunk 2077 won't make the list this time around as much as we want them. Number 10, Dragon Ball FighterZ. From the developer of great fighting games like Guilty Gear, Arc System Works seems to be able to craft a game that will equally satisfy hardcore DBZ and fighting game fans alike. Borrowing the 3v3 concept from Marvel vs. Capcom, fans will be able to pick their lineup from a relatively thorough list of DBZ heroes and villains, from classics like Frieza and Boo to newer characters like Hit, Beerus, and Goku Black. If you're looking to take your skills into the competitive scene, the game has actually been crafted with that in mind. Luckily, we won't have to wait long into the year for this one, as it drops worldwide in January of 2018. Number 9, Far Cry 5.
And I know that you are in pain. For my children, I'm here to tell you that suffering is a choice.
Far Cry 3 was considered one of the greatest games of 2013. However, this being the product of a AAA game company, the series was subsequently milked for all it was worth. While Far Cry 4 and Far Cry Primal were good games, they failed to live up to the high bar set by number 3, and franchise fatigue soon began to set in. Far Cry 5 takes place in Montana and features cult-like religious zealots, and while it contains familiar gameplay mechanics, the new themes and location look to provide a fresh and original take on the series. It could be just the shot in the arm that the Far Cry series needs. Number 8, Anthem.
Listen, there's trouble. Big trouble.
What did you do?
First teased way back at E3 2014, Anthem follows an exosuit-wearing freelancer with various abilities. It looks like EA and BioWare took a page from Destiny, as both games look kinda similar, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Up to 4 squad members can join up in the game's shared open world. Said world looks unbelievable due to the highly detailed graphics, and flying around the open environment looks to be almost as much fun as fighting in it. While BioWare is currently on relatively thin ice with the gaming community, Anthem might just save them.
Our story is out there.
Number 7, Ni no Kuni 2, Revenant Kingdom.
There is one who brought the world together.
And who was that?
While we'll unfortunately have to wait a few more months following a last-minute delay, it looks like it's going to be worth the wait. The first game was similar to JRPGs like Final Fantasy IX and Dragon Quest VIII, featuring a beautiful, fantastical world and soaring orchestral score. The sequel is set hundreds of years after the original, and it looks to revamp the series' battle system, as you can now easily switch between characters and maneuver them around the battlefield while in combat. While we will sorely miss the input of Studio Ghibli, Revenant Kingdom still looks to be a visually pleasing and ambitious JRPG. Number 6, SpiderMan. A Spider-Man game developed by Insomniac? Sign us up. In this iteration, we control a slightly older and more experienced version of Peter Parker, who must battle Mr. Negative and the Inner Demons. The gameplay looks to borrow heavily from The Amazing Spider-Man 2, complete with Arkham-like combat mechanics and quick-time events, only they look to be much better this time around. The game's open world also looks breathtaking, and swinging around New York City looks like it'll be a ton of fun. This could be the be-all end-all of Spider-Man games because holy cow does it look good. Number 5, God of War.
That's a Soul Eater. If that kills us, that's it. No Valhalla, no hell, no afterlife, ever.
set to release in the first quarter of 2018 and serving as the 8th installment in the franchise. This game looks to completely redesign the series from the ground up. Kratos is now a mature father who must protect his son, who you can control at various points in the game too. Aside from the integration of said little boy, Kratos now has an axe rather than his signature blades of chaos. The camera is no longer fixed, and it focuses on Norse mythology rather than Greek. And the game will incorporate some RPG elements because that's how you make games these days apparently. It may not really look or sound like the God of War that we're used to, but hey, you gotta mix it up to stay fresh. Number 4, Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah, they say the game will release in 2018, but let's be serious. Rumors have been circulating regarding the third official Kingdom Hearts game since 2006, and it wasn't until E3 2013 that we finally received a little bit of proof. Since then, we have gotten a teaser and a gameplay trailer, and from what we've seen, it looks pretty freaking awesome. The gameplay has received a substantial addition, and the game, or at least the trailer, is visually stunning. Plus, can we just point out how good that Hades voice actor is? I'm pretty sure that is James Wood speaking Japanese. Anyway, Square Enix, you better just give fans this game already.
The future, it's already been written.
Number 3, Monster Hunter World.
Technicians to keep them going. This place is the beating heart of the Commission.
Serving as the 5th main entry in the Monster Hunter series, this is easily one of the most ambitious entries yet, complete with a massive world and the ability for cross-region play. There's a reason why it's called World after all. This looks to be prime Monster Hunter, complete with some massive graphical upgrades and gameplay additions to fit modern hardware. It also looks to actually scale back the more action-oriented gameplay of recent Monster Hunter titles to allow for more planning and strategy, which is good news for longtime fans. However, some have complained about the lack of local multiplayer and the series' departure from Nintendo. Well, I guess you can't please everyone, but I don't care, it's coming to PC. Woo! Number 2, The Last of Us Part 2. Okay, so we're kind of bending the rules here because it's not officially confirmed that The Last of Us 2 will drop in 2018, but the game's release window seems to fall within the next year or very early 2019. We desperately hope it's in the former. Maybe just in time for Christmas? Well, we really don't know a whole lot about the game other than that Joel and Ellie will technically be present in some way, that players will control Ellie, and that the game will be just as demented, twisted, and violent as the original. Not that that's a bad thing. Due to the first game's quality and Naughty Dog's terrific reputation, we think it's pretty safe to say that they'll have another masterpiece on their hands. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Submit. And you will become one of my test subjects. Watch out, girl!
Number 1, Red Dead Redemption 2.
You gotta run and don't look back. This is over.
There is just no way this game is gonna flop. It's being developed by Rockstar Studios, and it's a sequel to one of the greatest games of all time. Granted, those are quite large shoes to fill, but most people have faith in Rockstar. This game looks to have an expansive and beautiful open world because they always make one, and the protagonist also looks to be a straight-up bad dude, so we can't wait to explore his character and the depths of his depravity. Some might be worried about the game's potential monetization, and by that we mean microtransactions, but we think, or at least hope, that Rockstar will provide a complete and mesmerizing experience with no loot boxes involved.
Do you have my bag? Always, Dutch.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.